Again, streams here again. This is going to be with Goku trained harder than Jiren. Now, this may be a weird topic, but I think it'd be interesting. So basically, Goku would, I guess, one thing changing that doesn't hit his head, and that kind of just leaves his very young self very depressed, his 30-year-old self very depressed, and Goku doesn't know who destroyed his planet. Now, Goku, when he was on Earth, do not hitting his head. He talks to Gohan, just started to talk to Goku about what's wrong with him, like why is he so sad all the time. And Goku would say that basically his planet was destroyed. Because Gohan's aware Goku's an alien. He's very much aware of it. But basically what Goku would tell Gohan is that his planet was destroyed and he wants revenge. Gohan would immediately tell Goku that revenge is not the way, but he actually, if Goku is like set on revenge forever, then Gohan is willing to help Goku get it, as he's willing to raise Goku as his own son. Now Goku will not see Gohan as someone Goku will not be as rowdy around Gohan. Think of Gohan as like a master, not a father figure, not a grandfather, a teacher. Gohan wanting Goku wanting to be more familiar with him, or familiar, like just like more familiar like. He does tell Goku don't call him master, call him Grandpa Gohan. So Goku does just that, and now we go to when Goku's 11. So, actually, no, not when Goku's 11. When Goku was around 8 years old, he already grew insanely strong to the point. Well, he's driven by rage constantly. Rage towards Frieza. He knows who Frieza is. He saw Frieza kill his dad. So Goku's basically driven with full of rage towards Frieza. And by the time Goku's 8, he's already overwhelming Gohan. So Goku is then brought to Master Roshi, and when he's brought to Roshi, he proceeds to train even harder with Roshi. As he trains even harder, this leads to Goku first Roshi introduced Kamehameha just to show Goku he's stronger, but that doesn't really work. Goku copies it, and Goku masters it in that one move as he blows apart the moon, or where the moon should be. Well, night comes, and where the moon should be. Well, that's where Goku was fired his ki blast, and Goku obliterated it. So, yeah. Or it's kind of getting dark, then either see the moon got obliterated, then the moon's gone. So yeah, Goku couldn't take away the moon. But it was useful in the long run. Goku kept on training with Gohan and Roshi. Eventually, by the time Goku's 10, Goku's too much for both of them. His power level is already surpassing 500, and the next option that they could think of is Korin's Tower. Now as he goes up Korin's Tower, he proceeds to train under Korin and Yajirobe. And Kami does feed some information to Korin. Basically, like Goku is saying get Zenkai boost, and how Yajirobe is currently stronger than Goku. Basically, just have Yajirobe don't hold back a thing against Goku, but put a big limiter on Goku. This actually would increase Goku's power level and give him a few Zenkais over time. Eventually, with this happening, Goku would get his first Zenkai on the first day as Yajirobe stabs Goku right through the stomach. So with this, Goku ends up coughing up blood, punches Yajirobe in the face, and Yajirobe tries to punch Yajirobe in the face, but Yajirobe dodges. Then Yajirobe proceeds to slash Goku. When Goku's coughing up blood, almost dead, it sends being thrown in his mouth, and Yajirobe slams his mouth shut, and Goku would swallow it. He's healed, and gets his first Zenkai. Immediately, his power level goes over 1,000. Then Yajirobe goes again, and Yajirobe will first he gets hit with the ki blast, but Goku just watches Yajirobe Senzu Bean, and his power level does get a slight boost, and Yajirobe's power level and Goku's are pretty similar now. Goku's at 1,010, Yajirobe's at 1,005. They fight each other, and at the end of the day, Goku's coughing up blood and sweating up blood as he's been stabbed over and over by Yajirobe, and Yajirobe's been hit by ki blasts. They both eat Senzu Beans, and Goku gets another Zenkai boost. With his Zenkai, his power level will jump up a lot higher as he's in a more near-death state. Before, Yajirobe's power level was 400 higher than Goku. Now Yajirobe is barely below Goku. But now with this more severe Zenkai boost, or this more severe state of body, he's used to Senzu Bean, and his Zenkai boost is a lot more significant. But now, this is kind of the final Zenkai he can get in 2 days. So with this, Goku's power level would then jump to 2,300. Then the Divine Water test, he does that pretty easily. Then, when he's 11, Bulma does go to Kame House, and due to Gohan basically living there, Bulma does get the Dragon Ball, and meets Goku in the desert. Goku's actually on his way back to Kame House. He drinks Divine Water and had potential unlocked by it, but it wasn't as efficient as like Guru or Elder Kai. He gave a slight boost, giving his power level to 3,000, but exactly 3,000. Goku's just constantly driven by rage. So it's like a constant rage boost. That's why his power level is so high. So yeah. Now go on to actually tell Bulma to watch out for Goku. Like, oh yeah, he's probably gonna be out there. But I do have a favor for you. Basically, Gohan is kind of worried that Goku's gonna be constantly angry and enraged. So Bulma, if her wish is somehow granted before she meets Goku, or if somehow she already gets a boyfriend before she meets Goku, can she use a wish to make his rage go away? Like basically just make Goku's rage go away. Just that. Or just make Goku let go of a grudge, because he won't listen. He won't listen to reason. Eventually, when Bulma doesn't answer Goku, she doesn't tell him about the wish that Gohan had made. But Goku just proceeds to keep on just training, and they proceed to meet Yamcha. Yamcha tries to beat Goku, but Goku basically can flick Yamcha, and Yamcha will probably die from it. But he doesn't. He just basically just bitch slaps Yamcha, and Yamcha submits. Eventually, Goku is not as much. He's more aggressive, basically. So the Pilaf gang basically obliterates them, and then Tails takes a Dragon Ball. And due to him not thinking of a wish, he was I don't think Dragon Ball's strong to kill Frieza, because they seem to be used for meaningless seeing things. So I guess that these wouldn't be used for strong things. But he would just say, I want Frieza to die. And I was like, that's above my power. I can't do that. We'll for something else. Immediately, Bulma will cover Goku's mouth, and then Yamcha will cover Goku's mouth, and Yamcha covers his ears. They both know about the wish Bulma's going to make. With this, basically she has Shenron to make Goku's rage go away. She's dating Yamcha. She has her wish, and she can kind of just farm tons of strawberries. So, basically, wishes make Goku's rage subside. Just erase his rage against Frieza, or at least temporarily erase it. But Shenron's like, I can do it permanently. I can do it temporarily. And Bulma's like, I'll take that. So that's how it worked. Goku's rage is not temporarily erased. Now with this, Goku actually does get stronger as a pure-hearted Saiyan. Well, even what didn't make him pure-hearted is he was angry. Now his rage, I'm telling you right now, his rage will come back when he meets Raditz. It will come back. But he doesn't remember Raditz at all, because he was very young when he met Raditz. He remembers his parents and Planet Vegeta exploding and Frieza's face. That is it. But, well, for some reason, Frieza doesn't really feel any rage, but it will come about when he meets Raditz. And Goku being pure Saiyan by now, he's actually able to, train a lot harder. He's not able to train a lot harder. He's already could train pretty hard. But now he goes in power a lot. Well, his power grows a lot more. Now we went through Dragon Ball. Goku stopping every single member of basically the army, and Bulma just travel together, stay together. Then he meets Krillin. Then he just we can just go to Piccolo. Then King Piccolo attack Goku while he's young, but Goku just shoves his hand right through Piccolo's stomach, and it doesn't kill him. Well, it's about to until he spits an egg, but then Goku goes to chase the egg. He finds it, but he's about to crush it. Kami appears in front of Goku, Mr. Popo, and Goku's supposed to go Kami, but Mr. Popo's like, no, Goku, don't do it. And, well, Mr. Popo and Mr. Popo and Kami give the whole rundown of the relation of him and Piccolo. Goku would say that, so what they should do about the egg. And that's when Kami's like, oh, I'll raise it. But that's so Goku that, well, someone offered to train Goku. This person offering it would be King Kai. Goku would accept this offer, because he does hear that King Kai is a deity. So he gets offered to train with a god, he'll take it. So as Goku's on King Kai's planet, he's not used to gravity, but he powers through it. And he's training with King Kai for 3 years. Now Goku is actually still pretty small, so King Kai is actually just amazed to see Goku. He's amazed to get to see Goku grow so big. But also Goku, well, he just wants to get strong. That's really it. And he still promised to marry Chi-Chi because she's annoying him. She's like, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? He's like, it'll make you shut up. Yes, I'll marry you. He didn't know what it meant, but it was annoying him. And he said, fine, if I'll make you shut up, I'll say yes. So basically just said he'll marry Chi-Chi because she was annoying him. And so before, Goku did in his head, so he's a lot more aggressive. But he's not really an angry person. It's just he's a natural Saiyan. So yeah, he's gonna be like Super Vegeta. That's kind of what he's like Dragon Ball Super Vegeta. Yes, he's more aggressive as a person, but he's a somewhat gentle person or kind person. So yeah. But Goku would just train King Kai for these 3 years, and when he comes back, well, everyone's just baffled at how strong Goku is. They can sense ki, and well, by the way, Goku beat the hell out of Tien. Like before he beat Piccolo, he abused Tien. Tien was thrown around the ring. He was body slammed. He was punched in the face. Just Tien was begging for mercy. But yeah, and by the way, Vince wondering about the moon. Bulma wished that back. Yeah, she will get the Dragon Balls again. Those wished back because they're kind of sick of having no moon. But yeah, when Goku comes back, they're all shocked at his power. Power level's resting at a good 13,000. But now, in the tournament, he obliterates everyone. But Goku's wearing heavier weights. The power level without weights will go to 16,000. So right now he's currently expressing Vegeta, who I don't think would even be near 18,000. I think at best he'd be at 12,000. Goku's full power 16,000 though, without weights. And when he fights Tien will rush at Goku, but Tien is basically just like Goku can knock out Tien with a fucking sneeze. And that is what he does. Goku ended up getting some dust in his nose, and he ended up sneezing. And since it was so explosive, it basically sent Tien flying through a wall. And Tien was like, what the fuck was that? And we see Roshi holding out his staff, and Roshi had his sleeves blown up because he's basically used a bunch of ki to block Goku's destructive power. Goku just said, my bad, and everyone was just shocked that a sneeze did that. But the final fight is basically just Goku versus Krillin, and Krillin goes in a fighting stance. But then again, more dust gets up Goku's nose as people will Krillin just punch the ground, and dust went up his nose. Goku ended up sneezing, and Krillin was right in the line of fire, and Krillin shot right out of bounds. And Roshi then again is holding out his staff and just says, Goku, stop sneezing. Goku can't help it. And with Chi-Chi, he didn't bother to remember who she is. Then she says, well, when she chooses his opponent, he's chopping her out of the neck and she was unconscious. But yeah, by the end of it, eventually Chi-Chi just does demand that Goku marry her, and does it because she's going to annoy him again. So yeah, now Goku didn't remember it, and he just yelled, God damn it. Because he learned what marriage was. And he just basically told Chi-Chi he only promised to marry her because she was annoying. Eventually, they still get married, and because Goku was bored, they have Gohan. But he just keeps on training harder, and when Chi-Chi's like, no, Gohan should be a scholar. Goku said, no, he's a fucking Saiyan. He needs to be strong and powerful. So Chi-Chi's a little more like all right, then you want to train him, you can train him. And Goku does agree that Gohan needs to be smart, but Gohan's a damn Saiyan. He needs to learn how to fight. So Gohan mainly trains with Kami constantly, and Chi-Chi would supervise the education part. Well, Goku just trains with King Kai constantly. Originally, just stopped by Kami's tower to train with Gohan and get to bond with him in the hyperbolic time chamber. And this demanded Kami go with him as well, because he doesn't know Kami controls the time chamber, controls the lookout, controls Dragon Balls. Kami needs to be strong. As we're with Piccolo, he's chilling. He didn't participate in the tournament, he's busy training with Kami. Kami's already at 2,000 because of Piccolo, and Piccolo's at 3,000. But now he's with them in the time chamber. As with them in the time chamber, he does train Gohan a lot. Like when it comes to physical training, when Goku's not there, that's up to Piccolo. And Piccolo did give Gohan the same kind of training, but when Gohan was 3 years old. And Gohan, that freaked the fuck out. And he learned how to fly when he was 3 years old. But yeah. Now, when Raditz arrives, he sends his power levels. A few of them. But every single power level is above him. Only ones it's not would be Bulma and Chi-Chi. The lowest power level he senses is 2,000, and that happens to be Roshi. Highest power level, well, it breaks the Scouter. Or the highest power level that Scouter can pick up without it breaking is 9,000. Tien. So you go heals towards power level 2,000, and just sees Roshi sitting on the beach reading a NSFW mag. Immediately Raditz will demand to know where Kakarot is. And Goku does know his name is Kakarot, but prefers Son Goku because he's been called it for so long, he's used to it. And everyone does know that's his Saiyan name. He says, well, you guys can call me Kakarot or Son Goku because I have an actual name that's not a nickname, basically. Or, like, you know, people can be, like, called Richard, and they can be called Dick, Rich, Ricky, that kind of stuff. Goku's kind of like his nickname to himself. But Chi-Chi and Gohan, Chi-Chi will call him Kakarot occasionally, and so will Kami and Piccolo. But they do know his name is Kakarot, so Kakarot, well, Goku, he prefers Goku, but he's on the lookout. And Roshi ends up pointing up, but Tien actually demand what he wants. And Raditz says that he's Goku's older brother, but no one really cares, because they sense malicious intent from him. Tien basically said that basically only pure-hearted Saiyans are allowed up there, or pure-hearted people are allowed up there. Raditz got pissed off and tries to punch at Tien, but Tien blocks it and breaks his arm. With this, Raditz began panicking, and Vegeta and Nappa were intrigued. Humans are supposed to be notably weak. More than half these guys are surpassing Nappa. And Tien is easily defeating Raditz and Nappa if he chose to. And Tien began learning a lot closer from Roshi because he wanted to be strong. And Shen, stayed there, so yeah. So, this led to basically just, like, Tien training a lot closer with Shen. Marshall Tao was killed by Tien. But, Shen, and he learned everything he could from Shen, and then basically learned everything he could from Roshi. And he's basically the one that would probably inherit Turtle Hermit style, and Tien also combines both styles. But everyone kind of takes Goku training in mind. He uses weights that weigh over hundreds of thousands of pounds. But we have Tien, who wears weights that at most weigh 200,000 pounds. Goku's in the millions, probably, at least. I don't know. His weights are heavy. That's all I know. Yeah, so Tien will drop his weights, and his power level is reaching 12,000. Now, immediately, because Raditz tried to use it like a double Sunday, but Tien kind of dropped his weights. And with the simple slap, the Ki Blast goes back at Raditz. Raditz ends up having his cheek burned. Suddenly, Goku ended up grabbing Raditz from behind and pulling his hair, saying, "Now, why is this Saiyan here?" Now, Raditz would stare Goku in the eye, and he feels his overwhelming presence. Even Vegeta and Nappa can feel it through the scouter. Now, Raditz says, he feels overwhelming presence with their father. And Raditz will mumble out these words. "You're like our father. He was the strongest Saiyan, but didn't care about ranks. You're overwhelming." And Vegeta just was confused. Strongest Saiyan? What the hell? He wasn't the king. So if Raditz lives through this, he will interrogate him. But Raditz just demands that Kakarot unhand him and tries to demand him, you'll go meet up with me and the other Saiyans, or me and you will meet up with other Saiyans and we'll defeat Frieza. First you have to destroy this planet. Goku basically slaps Raditz right down on the ground and says he's lucky he doesn't have Krillin beat his ass. He's going to go on and fly down to Goku saying, "Dad, who's that?" Goku began thinking because Raditz did look familiar, and realized that Raditz looked a lot like Guinea to him, but thought harder, and began combining Bardock and Guinea's faces, and then says, "Oh, you're my dumbass brother then, I guess." Raditz says, "Wait, dumbass, how dare you?" But Goku just lands on his stomach, saying, "And be quiet." Some Goku say, "Go on, meet your uncle, Tien, what's his name?" Tien would say, he called himself Raditz once. Goku says, "Go on, meet Uncle Raditz." Gon would wave, and the scouter would pick up Gon's power level. His power level, 4,000. He's exactly as strong as Nappa. And the thing is, he's 4 years old. Piccolo would fly down, chuckling, saying, "Goku, you're as blunt and rude as always." Goku would say, "I'm not rude, I'm annoyed." He picks up Raditz by his neck, asking why he should go with Raditz, and Raditz says because he'll destroy the Earth. And Goku throw Raditz in the air and fired Ki Blast off. Now, he was able to sense out, basically, he was briefly able to pick up Vegeta and Nappa, basically fires off Ki Blast right through Raditz, and Vegeta and Nappa see a Ki Blast fly right by them. And Goku would grab the scouter and say, "That was a warning." He destroys it and throws it to Bulma, saying, "Repair it any way you want." She was not thinking Goku, and Vegeta and Nappa were shocked. He knew where they were. Raditz's body falls in the ocean and sinks. Now Goku was actually he's one like this because another Saiyan was around, and was someone he knew. Someone who demanded that Goku defeat Frieza with them. Now that Goku's rage had come back, and, the ones that knew Goku the best, Bulma and Yamcha, Krillin, Bulma, Yamcha, Puar, Oolong, and Roshi. I felt this rage shaking the planet. Goku's power level, with his rage returning, his power level had reached 40,000. His rage boost is times 5, so 40,000 divided by 40. I'm pretty sure that'd make his power level. Fucking check this. I messed it up, I think. Yep, I forgot a zero. I had my notes and I realized that I forgot a zero. I had the comma and it was basically 40,000. but it was divided by 5, and then it was just my math was messed up. It's a messed up number. It's supposed to be 400,000. Part level is exactly 80,000, and times 5 it would be 400,000. Now with this, King Kai would tell Goku that Saiyans are en route. It would take 1 year. And Goku, well, he tells King Kai that he'll be training in the time chamber with Kami, Piccolo, and Gohan once the Z Fighters train with him. But King Kai immediately says that Goku should train somewhere else. He tells Goku about Planet Yardrat, and tells him about transmission, because it would be a lot shorter. So Goku is brought, basically these Dragon Balls to bring Goku to Yardrat, but yeah, Goku spawn Yardrat, and he just trains there for 1 year. And Kami finds some way to get all the Z Fighters to basically put them all in a state of death. Even Gohan, Gigi doesn't approve of it, but it happened. And then Piccolo's put in a state of death, which does weaken Kami significantly, but due to Piccolo not actually being dead, Kami is able to live through it. Now the 1 year is up, and everyone was able to wake up 1 hour before they arrived. And Goku arrived 1 hour before the Saiyans arrived. Now he's just watching from a distance. It's Gohan. Well, Gohan unlocked a new form, so did Goku. They both unlocked Super Saiyan, but they couldn't use it for long. They show their bodies apart. Goku's power level when you use Super Saiyan is 100 million, barely even scratching 1 to 20 million. So I'm gonna do this math real quick. Okay, the math in my head was correct. I just wanted to make sure. His power level in base form is 20 million. Then he does Super Saiyan. That's 100 million. Goku still can't use it for long, but his spirit control is pretty good. He can do instant transmission, at least that. Gohan's power level, due to him being with King Kai and actually just sticking with just growing with Kaioken, then he would use Kaioken to its full limit, so it would basically almost put him on the brink of death, and then he's healed by Piccolo. Piccolo knew what Gohan was doing. Gohan surpassed Goku even during this time, just like he did basically doing Zenkais constantly, because he doesn't know what they are. At the time, he had basically finished up with the 1 year. His power level was at 4 million. In his base form, and just constant Zenkais plus just Kaioken training, and basic martial arts training. So yeah, Gohan's at 4 million, and that'd make it times 50. So 4 million, 50. So that'd be 200 million, I believe. And check this. Yeah, 200 million. So, 200 million is the power of Gohan, at full power, at least. But now, when the Saiyans arrive, Goku and Gohan aren't doing anything. Piccolo's the one that's on level of Vegeta, or even surpassing it. Piccolo's power level is at 20,000. Vegeta's at 17,000, and Nappa is at 6,000. Nappa trained a bit. Vegeta was just arrogant. Well, there's two people matching Vegeta. Tien and Piccolo. So basically, Vegeta would attack Piccolo, saying he was the strongest, but Piccolo just blocks his attack with just one hand, and then twists Vegeta, as Tien would kick Vegeta through a mountain. Nappa then attacks Krillin, but Krillin headbutts him into the ground, as Krillin is at 8,000. Then we have Yamcha, who's at 9,000. Nappa then releases Cybermen, as the Cybermen would attach to Yamcha and blow up, but Yamcha's unfazed. The only thing that happened was he lost his shirt. Eventually, they do look at Vegeta, who's fighting Piccolo and Piccolo and Tien. He eventually went to his giant form, and Tien did know about the tail, because Goku does have his tail relatively for amount of time, but eventually he does remove it with King Kai permanently. So with this, basically Tien was able to grow a few extra arms and hold on to the tail and began squeezing as hard as he could. And Tien was intensely physically strong. So with this, actually began weakening Vegeta. Piccolo grew giant as well, and stomped on Vegeta's tail and held him in place, while he basically began rapidly punching him in the face, over and over and over and over. Eventually, Vegeta lets out a roar, and he blows off blows off one of Piccolo's arms and bites him in the face. Piccolo falls to the ground, bleeding a lot, and Tien is thrown off using just the tail. Just the tail swings as hard as he could. Look at Gohan and Goku, and Goku fires Ki Blast right through Vegeta's tail, and the tail comes off. Now Vegeta just goes to his base form again, in utter shock. His tail was gone that fast. He tries to fly at Goku, but Goku slaps him back onto the ground. And Vegeta looks at Nappa, who has his back broken again, but by Krillin this time. Krillin and Yamcha were just playing soccer with Nappa. Like, let's wait Nappa, and then they're kicking him around. Cybermen were bad. We're talking about for a short amount of time, but they didn't last long. They died. So yeah, now Vegeta would actually kind of be like begging for mercy, but Goku doesn't know this a lot. He's able to read Vegeta's mind. But as Goku let everyone think he believed it, as Vegeta instantly went to his pod, tried to fly off. But when Vegeta realized the pod wasn't going anywhere, he was Gohan leaning against it, and Gohan was holding it in place with a single finger. And eventually Vegeta would come out of the pod, and Goku would say that he will help Vegeta kill Frieza because he's angry with Frieza. But on one condition, that Vegeta has to get stronger. Senzu Bean dropped in Vegeta's mouth, as Vegeta would eat it, then Senzu Bean dropped in Nappa's mouth, and he eats it too. But Nappa just gets up rushing at Krillin, and Krillin just kills Nappa right then and there. Krillin wasn't really too fond of it, but Nappa attacked him first, so boom, Nappa's dead. Vegeta's power level will jump to 30,000. He doesn't think he can handle Kakarot or anyone still, because Kakarot just one-shot this great ape, so didn't even want to try it. Now with this, well, Goku tells Vegeta that him and Gohan are legendary Super Saiyans, or Super Saiyans at that. He's parts of Super Saiyan, and Gohan does as well. So he does tell Vegeta he'll at least have to get to a power level where his body won't be torn apart if he does reach Super Saiyan. So this time ship's being built, Vegeta's being trained in the hyperbolic time chamber, and he's being punched around by Goku and Gohan. By the time they exit the time chamber, Goku's power level had surpassed Gohan finally, because they weren't using Gezenkais. Goku basically just trained as hard as he could. He trained harder than them. He always does. His power level had jumped all the way up to, let's say, I'll give him. His power level was not 1 million. It was 2 million previously in base form. His power level jumped to 8 million. So 8 million. His power level will be 400 million at full power with using Super Saiyan. So 400 million. No. Fuck, I need to figure this out. Yeah, 4 million, that's the power level. Not 4 million, 400 million is the power level of Goku when he uses Super Saiyan. Now, with this, Goku would just proceed to, I guess, just go with everyone. They kind of do their own thing. Now with this kind of just go to Goku when he, gosh, I keep forgetting what I was trying to say. What was it? Goku and all of them head up to space using the pod, and Vegeta still training in the gravity room, but only Vegeta. Goku's at 8 million, Gohan's at 5 million, and Vegeta is at 600,000. They get up to Namek, as well. Krillin still mentioned the Dragon Ball, so Nappa threatened to kill them. Well, first Raditz did, and Raditz Raditz said, "I'll kill you all," and Krillin's like, we have Dragon Balls, like we have orbs that can bring us back to life. You can't do shit. So, or whatever you do won't matter. And well, Vegeta overheard that and wasn't like, oh, that's interesting. Now Namek, they arrive at Namek, and we'll go Gohan and Vegeta versus a Ginyu Force, or more like Gohan one shots the whole Ginyu Force. Recoome immediately attacks Gohan, but Gohan, well, he does pulls a Goku. Some of the dust not dust, just some of the dirt went up his nose, and Gohan just sneezed because it was kind of tickling his nose. When he sneezed, he basically blew apart Recoome. As Recoome was blown apart, we just see Gohan keep on sneezing over and over and over, and Gohan does realize he can fire like ki blasts off as like a joke. So every time he sneezes or goes achoo, when the chew comes out, ki blast shoots out at I remember Ginyu Force. Eventually, Ginyu would attack Gohan, but Gohan's last achoo hits Ginyu right through the head, killing him. And Vegeta can't help but laugh at this, saying that Gohan is a comedic genius. Gohan and Vegeta begin laughing together until eventually coming across Zarbon and Dodoria. And Vegeta just looks at Zarbon, and Zarbon would attack him at full power, but Zarbon suddenly would fall to the ground, and Zarbon somehow see his body in the air, but there's no head. As Zarbon puts together in the split second, he has left of life, and he sees black. And Dodoria kind of felt the same thing, just Gohan basically shot Dodoria in the air and blew him up. Gohan doesn't really intend to kill people, it's just his power is so immense he doesn't realize what he does. Same with Goku. Well, not same as Goku. Goku knows very well what he's doing. He knows very well. But Goku will fly towards towards where Frieza is. He can sense him, and Frieza would already feel that he feels that I don't know. Let me pause real quick. All right, so Goku would fly toward Frieza. So the rest of the Z fighters basically kind of go around with Bulma as they're kind of just like smacking around Frieza Force members up until Bulma gets all the research samples she needs. She finds it all. They leave. They're kind of just there. They're Bulma's bodyguards temporarily. So just Krillin and Yamcha were their bodyguards. They leave, and we see Vegeta and Gohan just talking and getting along. And Vegeta was shocked. He's actually getting along with this hybrid. And he realized that people here weren't bad. It was just Vegeta was a horrible person. That's really what it was. But suddenly they realized it was storming. And they didn't even need Dragon Balls at all. They were kind of keeping them away from Frieza. No one had died on Earth. Like when the whole town's going to be wiped out, it's stopped by Tien. I don't know if I said that, but when the town's going to be wiped out, it's stopped by Tien. He stopped it. He's stronger than them both, unless Vegeta would use Great Ape. Well, Nappa would use his Great Ape as well, but Nappa didn't. He's cocky. Vegeta's like a smart cocky, Nappa's just an idiot cocky. That's really it. Like, Nappa's like, it doesn't matter, I don't need my Great Ape, I'm just strong by myself. No, a 3-foot tall monk obliterated you. But back to this. So everyone realized it started storming, and everyone would feel Goku's power brewing. Goku does not hold a grudge against Frieza for Bardock. No, I messed that up. He does not hold a grudge against Frieza for what he did to the rest of Saiyans. He holds a grudge against Frieza for what he did to Bardock and Guinea. The Frieza would attack Goku. Goku basically one-shots Frieza to the ground, and as Goku basically Super Saiyan. As he got Frieza tries to push Goku off of him, but Goku just reaches to punch Frieza in the face over and over and over and over. Frieza's thrown in the air, and a multitude of ki blasts hit him through his body. And eventually, Goku would tackle Frieza, and Frieza throw him around Namek. When Frieza tries to use the ki blast to blow up the planet, Goku, using a bit of his own humanity, or his soul, actually realizes that this is not good. So what he does, instead of actually kick apart the ki blast, grab Frieza, and it's transmission to a vacant planet. Or Goku does. The planet is basically empty, but there's a few special life forms on it. Like, not special, but there's like a bit of animal life on it, and a few of them have very relatively low power levels, but probably power level of 8 or something. Well, they arrive on that planet, and Goku and Frieza fight it out there. Frieza's a little confused, but this planet basically has nothing on it besides a little bit of plants. As these two continue fighting, eventually Goku's holding back wanting to see what Frieza can do. And when Frieza realizes Goku's holding back, he notices Goku go all out. When Goku powers up to his full power, his body gets a little bit more muscular, and, Frieza would realize he's outclassed immediately. So then Goku would disappear, and Frieza would realize his body is in half. Goku just punched him in half, and Goku would turn around and fire off a Kamehameha, incinerating him. Or so we thought. Frieza's still going to come back as Mecha Frieza. Goku got his revenge, being satisfied. He's heads back to Namek, and Guru talked to Goku, and Goku just wants potential unlocked, but Goku is still somewhat of a Saiyan. So Guru's like, if you can actually show that you're full pure-hearted Saiyan in personality, and on the inside and outside, sure. So they have to use Dragon Balls to do that, and that happens. Goku is a little bit smarter in this one, a little bit, not by a lot, but a little bit. With this, Goku's now like canonical Goku, with the Dragon Balls help, of course, but he's a little bit more, I guess he has a bit more intelligence, like, he's average for someone his age. Average. So yeah. Now his potential is unlocked, and his power level would go from being 8 million to 16 million in base form. But Goku's body's already accustomed to training super hard, and during his time, he gets back to Yardrat, but brings Gohan and Vegeta. Goku had already mastered instant transmission, and what he does here is basically just master Force Spirit Vision, and he learned basic cloning. He already learned basic cloning from Tien and Piccolo, so learning cloning was easy. He mastered it in the first 3 months of being there. So he masters Force Spirit Vision, and before he leaves, he's learning healing. Gohan had learned cloning and healing from Tien and Piccolo. So what he did was learn instant transmission, and Vegeta did the same as Gohan. Well, he wouldn't. That's not like Vegeta at all. He wouldn't do the same thing to someone. Where's the paper of techniques? Right here. Fell on the floor. So Goku has instant transmission. Goku has instant transmission, Force Spirit Fission, and cloning. Gohan has healing and cloning, instant transmission. Well, he's now learning instant transmission, but healing and cloning is something he was already learning. So Vegeta would try to master cloning, and he's able to do so. Goku helps him back to Earth with instant transmission, and when they arrive, they see Z Fighters. Z Fighters head back to Earth for themselves because, they already left actually. It's just the Saiyans left. And Gohan did have his potential unlocked because Goku's at 16 million. Gohan is now at 9 million. Vegeta, Guru gave him a potential unlocked just to be nice and to thank you. So with this, Vegeta's power level had jumped from around 1 million exactly. That's when this power level gets dynamic to being around 5 million. But yeah, so now when they are out on Earth, Trunks is there, and the Z Fighters were waiting for the Saiyans. But Trunks, when he arrives, is a little shocked. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, they're wearing Yardredian attire, which is a little shocking. And then he sees the humans, and they feel a lot stronger. Then when Frieza arrives, he's a lot more robotic than he should be. One thing that's not robotic, one single finger. And Goku's power level was spiking. And immediately, Goku would roar out in rage, saying, "Damn it, you're supposed to be dead." He'd grab Frieza and go flying through the atmosphere. And Frieza was immediately began spinning and thrown right into the sun. When he's thrown into the sun, Goku would shoot a ki blast at it. And as Frieza lands in the sun, Frieza's whole body's blown apart and his fingers incinerated in the sun. Goku's rage disappears again, and he's fine. Lands on the ground, and King Cold was just shaking. Frieza was killed that fast by Goku. Then Goku started daggers at King Cold. Suddenly Trunks just appears right behind King Cold and slashes him to pieces, and then blows him up, saying, "Alright, that was easy." Now that they begin talking to Trunks, he doesn't know who he is. Well, Goku does. And Trunks just says, "Oh yeah, he's Vegeta and Vegeta and Bulma's son. Don't tell them though, because it may ruin a chance of being born. But let's give Goku the heart medication." And Goku being a little bit smarter, around 1 month before the androids actually come, he would end up actually taking the medicine. But they have 3 years apiece, not 3 years apiece, 3 years of training. So with this, Goku and Vegeta and Gohan head back to planet Yardrat, and Goku would master every single technique they have to offer. He's in the middle of mastering cloning and healing. He actually did though. So this Goku basically mastered spirit control because being giant was the last. Gigantification was the last one left, basically. Same with Gohan, but he had Force Spirit Fission as well. And then Vegeta learned instant transmission and Force Spirit Fission. So basically, Goku had mastered spirit control completely, and Piccolo had to take a long for that, but he mastered it as well. Because he already had a grip of it, because he already has his own versions of these techniques, or a weaker version of it. So they already mastered it. Then back to Earth, Goku and Piccolo's power levels. Well, in base form, Goku is now at 150 million. Well, no, I think that's very similar. That's too similar to my Afterlife Goku would have. So I'll put him at 180 million. That's his base power level currently. That 180 million, you can go times 50. And this Goku's a lot stronger than he is in canon. So they already have Super Saiyan grade 1, 2, grade 3, grade 4. They have all the grades. And with this, I'll have to do the math now real quick. So Goku's the one that has every single Super Saiyan grade. Like he's Super Saiyan 1, grade 2, 3, and 4. And his power level in both of those grades, at full power with these grades, goes to 540 billion. That's him Super Saiyan grade 4 at full power. Gohan and Vegeta, they didn't have every single grade. They're busy mastering their other abilities. On Namek, Piccolo didn't really get any other grades. He quite literally just got a lot stronger in general. And fused with Kami. Well, Vegeta at full power is at 12 billion. Gohan would be at 10 billion. Have to pause one more time. Alright, so the enters attack. Yamcha is still first one on the scene. And Yamcha is actually able to fend off Dadashi Jiro and Enter 19. Kind of. But Dr. Dro gets a pretty good hit in that is a pretty deep cut on Yamcha. Makes Yamcha spit up a little bit of blood, and actually it makes Yamcha take a knee, but Yamcha isn't dying. Krillin arrives, throwing a senzu bean in Yamcha's mouth. Yamcha bites down, and they both fly off after the androids, and they hear a loud boom. A loud boom being Goku. He flies off after Dr. Dro and Android 19, but he catches up to them right as Dr. Dro unleashes 17 and 18. And because Goku's there already, he unleashes 16 as well. He lands Android 17 and 18 and begin attacking him, and he's shocked. They're strong. He dodges a few hits and punches one of them away, and as they keep fighting them, eventually Vegeta and everyone else arrives, and they're kind of shocked that Goku's having to fight two of these guys at once, and they seem to be on equal footing, because Goku's being pushed back a bit. Even if he's in his base form, pushing him back is impressive. Goku would roar, and goes to Super Saiyan Grade 2. He begins fighting them, and still, they seem to be equals. And suddenly, he gets the Vegeta treatment, and Android 18 kicks him in the arm and breaks it. Then 17 would break Vegeta's arm as Vegeta would try to attack, and 17 breaks his arm, and then breaks his jaw. Go on, there's Goku picking him up and healing his arm, and Vegeta heals his own arm. No, so let's say Piccolo heals his arm. Piccolo would heal Vegeta, go on heals Goku, and then we go to, I guess, the fight starting. So yeah, now full-on brawl will start. Goku would then get Super Saiyan Grade 4 immediately, because 16 seemed like the strongest opponent there. 16 and 18 attack Goku, and 17 feels the power of Goku and they begin attacking him over and over. As a group, Goku's too slow to avoid any of their attacks and has to take them head on and tank them. His power increased, yes, but he's too slow. And Z Fighters begin fighting the androids for him as well, though if he's just recovering. But eventually those Z Fighters are beaten, leaving Goku the strongest one left. As he proceeds to fight android 18 and 17, eventually he's blasted through the chest from behind. He's confused. Well, not blasted, but hit. As he's able to punch 16 away, 16 would end up losing his arm, but something large or heavy would hit Goku in the back, breaking his Saiyan armor that he still did have. The still Saiyan armor he still did have. But 16 stray arm, fired to Ki Blast, hitting Goku right through the chest. Goku coughs up blood and falls over, going back to his base form. Goku isn't dead, and the android's about to kill him. Suddenly go on and pick up Goku, and Piccolo would end up picking up the other Z Fighters and flying off as fast as they could. And then they get to Kami's lookout, and as the android's following him, Piccolo would end up using a gigantic Ki Blast, and it's actually the size of around a country. This Ki Blast would engulf Android 17 and 18, and they sent flying back down to the ground. They're pretty damaged. Well, they're pretty burned. That's really it. As Goku's on the lookout, they grab Senzu Bean and make Goku chew it, and he's healed and gets Zenkai boost. But did he almost die in Super Saiyan Grade 4, his most powerful form? And this kind of shocks Goku. And Goku, well, just kind of begins freaking out, because he's the strongest one there by far. And she just tells them all, like, you guys can't attack them if they beat me in my strongest form. You guys can't do that. So with this, well, they've been thinking of ways to fight, and the androids can't sense Ki, and they didn't see where they went. They just said they saw them flying through the air. So the androids don't know where they are, so they should wreak chaos. And with this, they decided to turn the time chamber. And well, Piccolo isn't really fond of it, because he still has Kami's spirit inside of him because they fused. But that's what they have to do. Eventually, Cell appears and absorbs Android 17 and 18 and kills 16. Or he thinks he killed 16. 16 kind of stays in the lab after Cell absorbed the fetus cell. But yeah, Cell eventually leaves. Once Cell eventually leaves, and 16 will hide in the lab, sealing it away. Now, he does sense them all on lookout and arrives there, seeing Goku outside, and he attacks Goku. So Goku and Cell fight. Cell's already in his perfect form, but Goku didn't attack him because Goku is kind of waiting for everyone to be safe, because he's kind of like sending guard outside the side of the time chamber. But as he fights Cell, and Cell eventually Goku goes full power, and Cell would use half of his power, and pushes Goku back significantly. Cell realizes he used too much power and would use a quarter of his power, and still beats Goku. Goku eventually grabs onto Cell's neck and squeezes, snapping it, but Cell heals. And with this, Cell just proceeds to barrage Goku punches until he's unconscious. Eventually, everyone comes out of the time chamber, seeing Goku beaten and bloodied, and Cell then says he'll give them 1 week to get stronger, and if he's displeased with results, he'll kill them all. Time Gohan had returned as well, and now he joins in on their training. The Saiyans, well, they had time chamber themselves, and the humans are all in transmission to planet Yardrat. Piccolo stays with the Z fighters, but not the Z fighters. He stays with the Saiyans. So Piccolo and the Saiyans proceeded to just train as hard as possible in the time chamber. This time, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan all unlock Super Saiyan 2, and Trunks would begin to master the grades like Super Saiyan grade 1 through 4. Gohan and Vegeta already did that. Piccolo proceeds to learn how to be Super Namekian, and yeah. Now by the time of Cell games, all of the Z fighters, the human Z fighters, instant transmission back to Earth, and this one like they all picked up a certain ability. Like so, the one that had instant transmission being Yamcha. Yamcha was like their ride. Then we had Tien, who learned Force Spirit Vision. Then Krillin had learned basically how to be a giant. I think it's ironic. That's why I made him become a giant. But yeah, that's really it. Now, from a start, Goku begins fighting. Goku. I mean, first fighter would be Tien. Tien begins fighting Cell. And Cell has been got a lot stronger. And instantly would go to stab at Tien using his tail. But Tien would grab his tail, and Tien would feel something. This was the feeling he was forced to feel if he were to use Force Spirit Vision. So immediately he would be using it on Cell, and before 17 be fully separated. This leads to Cell stabbing Tien right in the shoulder with his tail, and Tien is sent flying out of bounds. Cell's panting. That scared him. And Goku didn't know what happened in 17 and 18, so when he realizes what Tien was doing, he knows what happened to them immediately. So he chuckles, and Piccolo did as well. And Piccolo are the ones who mastered Force Spirit Vision, and Cell saw them chuckle and immediately got nervous. Could they have mastered that ability? Now he just realizes that these are his most deadly opponents. Or that's what he thinks. So yeah, when Goku at full power actually was able to reach a power level of Super Saiyan 2 is being his full power. His power level is able to jump to 550 billion, so not much of a boost, but he does still incorporate grades in Super Saiyan 2. But eventually he has to master Super Saiyan 2, then he won't need the grades and can still be that strong. But yeah. Now, eventually the fights go on until the last ones left would be Goku, Vegeta, Cell, and Gohan. Now, Gohan would fight Cell, and Cell and Gohan fight. Cell eventually does stab Gohan on the side with his tail, but Gohan grabs him on the tail and begins swinging Cell around and slamming him around. Eventually, Cell's hit in the face by a ki blast, and Cell realizes that the ki blast was targeted with one finger. Because this was hit in the face on one side, but that didn't really phase him, it was the cheek. While the other eye, well, he was hit right through the head. Gohan was able to use his finger to fire Death Beam. Everyone had watched Goku versus Goku versus Frieza, and Frieza had used Death Beams. Gohan picked up a trick and was able to use it and shoot Cell right through one eye. And Cell was busy regrowing that one eye, Gohan took out the other one, and Cell was basically blind, and Gohan was abusing him. That's literally what it was, just abuse. Well, eventually Cell was able to stab Gohan again, and Gohan had lost so much blood and had to leave the ring. So Goku heals him. Now Vegeta's turn. With Vegeta began fighting with Cell. Cell was actually being pushed back a lot. He was losing. Eventually, Vegeta slams Cell into the ground, and before Cell can be destroyed, Cell picked up a technique that he had saw from Tien. From Tien. Yeah, Tien was able to use clones in the match a bit, and Cell had used the clones that all held Vegeta back, and Vegeta did something as a whole, blasted right through him. Trunks even participated, but he lost pretty fast. But I have to say that. But yeah, Trunks lost pretty fast to Cell. But yeah, so Vegeta is basically killed by Cell just now. Now Trunks would burst out in rage and attack Cell, and suddenly Cell is killed himself. Trunks is killed himself by Cell, and that leaves Vegeta and Trunks dead. So it leaves Goku and Piccolo. Piccolo would be in fighting Cell, and Piccolo actually proved worthy to Cell, as him and Cell were kind of rivaling each other. But eventually Cell's punched in the face, and Amasenko was able to actually blow Cell. Piccolo a big chunk of the cell. With this, Piccolo begins using Force Spirit Vision, and suddenly 17 is sent flying right out of Cell. Immediately with that Cell almost falls out of bounds, but fires Key left in Piccolo and sending him flying out of bounds. 17 is kind of confused, but he does realize that Piccolo freed him, and he's kind of confused. Why free him and not completely destroy Cell? But now Goku. He's kind of nervous and tries to attack 17, but Piccolo blocks the attack and sends him flying back in the ring, saying, "You don't want to lose now, do you?" And Cell's, basically shooting bricks. Goku would destroy him. But Cell attacks Goku, still trying to just think he's strong, but suddenly he's punched right in the chest, and Force Spirit Vision is used, and 18 is sent flying right out of him. Now suddenly, clones appear right all around Cell, and these clones Goku. They all go Super Saiyan 2, and one Key Blast is charged up in their hand. Cell's kicked in the air by one of them, and Key Blast is launched off, and Cell's body is completely burned away. But now they need to use the Namekian Dragon Balls. First, they need basically a Kami for Earth, and that's going to be Dende still. Then with the Namekian Dragon Balls, first wish, bring back Trunks. For second wish, bring back Vegeta. Third wish, undo all the destruction of the androids. So yeah, but now at this, Trunks has back to the past, but one thing that Piccolo does, he infuses with Kami, and Kami would fuse with Dende. Dende would grow in size a bit, looking like a normal adult Namekian, and upgrades Dragon Balls a significant amount. Now they can now grant 2 wishes. Now they want to do Trunks a big favor. The wish that they make with Earth Dragon Balls: restore the Z Fighters of the past. Restore the Z Fighters in Trunks' timelines. Now Shenron says he can do this, but he cannot restore Goku as he had died of natural causes. Goku accepts this, and when Trunks is in the past, he's helping with rebuilds. And suddenly, Vegeta would yell, "Trunks, get down here!" Trunks is thinking he's dreaming, but Vegeta then yells, "Trunks, don't you dare ignore me!" Trunks shaking, turning around, saying Vegeta and Z Fighters, but not Goku. Immediately, Trunks will fly down, hugging Vegeta and crying, saying, "Last time I saw you, me and you both died." And, Gohan would kind of be confused, but Bulma explained the whole thing, that how he went to the past, got killed, then they revived him, and then they must have revived them all using their Dragon Balls. Now they select the Kami of Earth, and they still find Dende. So, yeah. So Dende's Kami in 2 universes, or not 2 universes, 2 timelines now. But with this, 17 and 18 now live their lives as Z Fighters, or Goku would say that they do. 17 and 18 say, "What? No, we don't. You guys chose to save us." But Goku's like, "No, we chose to weaken Cell. You guys were a byproduct of that. If we didn't know about you guys if we didn't know you guys were inside him, we would not have cared. But you guys were inside him, so we just decided to make him as weak as possible. So they kind of just owe your lives to us by default." So now with this, 18 and Krillin just hang out, and they eventually just end up surviving Marin the next few years. 17 ends up working for Bulma, and they go to the labs to destroy it, but they find 16. 16 is repaired and reprogrammed. And, now the first year Dragon Ball's returning, 17 and 18, they're able to get they're made fully human, they get their emotions back, but they still keep the anti-aging and infinite ki of an android. So yeah, that's pretty fun. And Bulma's able to take samples of how they have anti-aging and infuse it into herself. She doesn't really age whatsoever. She's stuck looking like she's in her mid-30s. So not too bad. Or mid or late 30s. So now we go to basically just the Buu saga. Now there's time skip, I guess. Bulma made herself stay younger using android technology. 16 is now an ally. 17 works for Bulma. Marin's still born. And the Kais, they want to meet Goku. His power levels shook the universe, or shook Earth and a bit of other planets with just sheer strength. They wanted to meet him, and they did have him test out the Z-Sword, but he said no, so they had Gohan do it, and Gohan broke it. Well, they unleashed Elder Kai, and Gohan still gets ultimate form. Goku just has potential unlocked, and its power level would just jump insanely high. Its base form is on the level of Super Saiyan 3 canonical Goku. But I'm going to end this part here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, comment for another part.